you'll meet the worst kind of teammates. For example, in this game, one teammate said he'd pick a roamer, so I chose Alice as the gold laner. Actually, I didn't lock in right away because I was waiting for them to show their picks, but they never did. But when it was his turn to pick, he suddenly chose a marksman.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Then the other player who could have gone as the roamer switched to the XP lane instead. This was the result of the game. Of course, we lost since I ended up as the roamer. No one else even considered roaming, and later I found out there was a trio on my team. Pretty frustrating, right? In the next match, someone else took my lane again. They clearly didn't care, even though my win rate and match count were higher. But I just adjusted and went to the XP lane. Then, when I saw her badge saying she is top 29 in their street, I knew I was in trouble and couldn't expect much from her.
Stop it. Get some help.
It was tough, especially since she is the gold laner. I just hoped the enemy matchup would be manageable, but no, the skill difference was huge. And keep in mind, this was at midnight, so I stayed up late only to get a teammate like this. Is there anything more frustrating than that? Even though I prefer using Masha in the gold lane and find her hard to use in the XP lane, I had no choice but to adjust. But the problem was, my teammates were just too weak to rely on. It's hard because it's slower to get items than gold lane, and early on you already have to join team fights, even though Masha isn't strong yet at that point. Additionally, the enemy's gold laner will quickly get stronger because our gold laner doesn't know what she's doing. Look at this Mia, she's so bold, cutting the lane, but she has no idea where to position herself. She doesn't even know how to use her ultimate to confuse the enemy, so she's definitely going to get killed. Check this out. This is my go-to move for taking down isolated enemies. Even if Natan's got a big gold lead, I can still take him down without a sweat. I'm the EXP laner here, but I'm still 2 levels behind Natan. That's how much my team overfed the enemy marksman. Anyway, that's exactly what I always do when I'm in the gold lane. So many people tried to act like they knew better, commented on my previous video saying fighters are always at a disadvantage against marksmen. But my win rate is high, so that means I always dominate matchups where I'm supposed to be at a disadvantage. And that is so satisfying. I'm feeling proud of myself. If I were the one in the gold lane here, no way would this enemy marksman be overfed like this. Mia got solo killed again. That's the most popular hero in MLBB for you. See? Heroes like this are easy to use in low ranks because player don't play safe. These kinds of heroes are great if you're good at hiding in the bush. You don't always have to charge in head-on just like this, but even if you do, you can still kill 1 or 2 enemies. Masha can easily kill squishy heroes like this. At this point I saw the enemies at their purple buff, so I went ahead and pushed the top inhibitor turret, even if it meant sacrificing myself. But look, I even managed to take Aurora down with me. And after I got taken down, my teammates started dying one by one. They could barely do anything. This is where you can really tell I'm the one carrying the team. I'm the only reason the game's even lasting this long. They even split up, like they don't care about each other at all.
What?
Happy birthday, MLBB!
Then it was tower defense for us. Tigreal charged in alone without ulti or flicker, so he got taken down. Helkert was too scared to get close, even used his ultimate but still backed off. And he didn't even use his retribution on the minions. If he did, the tower might have still been alive. My teammates here really don't know how to play properly. I was chasing Aurora here, but then Suyu suddenly showed up, so I was killed. But I still managed to take down Natan and Aurora, so it should be fine. Yeah, it should be, right? Here, we all got wiped out and only Helkert was left. Then he still tried to farm, didn't even attempt to cut the lane.
Please, I need gold.
What's worse, he walked back to base and got zoned.
Why are you running?
Why are you running?
It's such a painful loss because I already adjusted, but my teammates turned out to be like this. For my next game, I switched to my other account hoping I'd win. This time, our draft was fine and my teammates actually adjusted, but that's where it ended. At midnight, Mobile Legends matchmaking reaches a whole new level of imbalance. The difference in rank and skill between your teammates and the enemy team can be huge. And if you're a solo player, Moonton will still match you with duos or trios on both sides. So it ends up being as unfair as it gets. Now, if you're playing as a 5-man team, but you're not super experienced or only play occasionally, you'll often be matched against highly skilled opponents. These are players who live and breathe ML, and the rank gap is painfully obvious. And if you click the fast queue, things get even worse. Maybe it's because there are fewer players online at that time, but the matchmaking seems totally unbalanced. It's almost as if the system is as sleepless and tired as we are. I played 5 games between midnight and 2 a.m. recently, and I lost all 5 because of this dark system. This is my 5th game. I thought we might finally win since my teammates actually adjusted. In my earlier games, I tried to adjust for the team, but ended up regretting it because those who were left in the gold lane didn't play well at all. My advice for you is if you're playing at midnight, it's honestly better to go to bed after a single loss. The players at that time are often just there to mess around, refusing to adjust or play properly. It's frustrating to stay up late just to deal with that. Midnight games, especially as a solo player, will only leave you annoyed and tired. You'll be matched against duos and trios, even if you're playing alone, making it extremely unfair for solo players. A good night's sleep is better than a long night of frustrating games. Check this out, we were about to do a sandwich play, but our Jask is gonna die first. You know what they say, when things go like this, it's not looking good. Here's where it gets worse. I don't know if Cyclops lagged or if he did it on purpose. Meanwhile, while I'm here on top, my 2 teammates in mid are dying again with no trades at all. Scoring a 10-19 KDA and still behind in team kills, yeah, you know something's definitely wrong. I'm the one taking the front line in team fights and tanking all the enemy's damage, plus dealing damage myself. I'm actually using a fighter build here, and it's effective, especially when we have no frontliner, like in this game. We don't have a tank since Estes is the roamer, and it's like we don't even have an EXP laner. They can barely face the enemy and hardly deal any damage. At this point, I already want to quit the game, because this is such a waste of my time and sleep, just added more stress. But my credit score is already low since I've had so many violations because of that dark system, so I had no choice but to wait for the game to end. Watch what the enemies are about to do here. Absolutely dominating. They're so strong, and it's clear my teammates just can't keep up. The skill gap is huge. ML matchmaking is really something else. My teammates go down so fast in team fights. I'm always the last one left standing. They don't know how to position themselves at all. It's like they don't even know how to play while the enemies are strong and well coordinated. I knew this game was hopeless. My teammates aren't going to improve mid-game, and they're not even on the same level as our opponents. After we took down Guxian, I tried to push the turret since only Kadita was defending. But I couldn't manage it. Granger's basic attack damage just isn't enough right now, and I didn't go full damage so I wouldn't get bursted easily. Can't rely on my teammates for protection, they're not dependable. Plus, I had Revitalize equipped because I forgot to switch it out, but it's still helpful. The problem is, if I get CC'd, it's game over. And that's exactly what happened. I didn't expect Moskov to come through the bot lane. I even managed to change items, but that's as far as I could go. I thought I could escape, but the Kadita right now is so annoying. Her skills are just too fast. Then after I died, my 2 teammates got taken out as well. I'm so done. I'm exhausted from carrying, and this is the 5th game in a row with ML's terrible matchmaking. The dark system at midnight is just too much. I really want to sleep, but my gamer instinct keeps pushing me to not give up and fight till the end. This is my last game. I'm never playing at this hour again. It's way better to just sleep or watch movies or YouTube videos. At least I'd enjoy that instead of getting stressed. I hope ML addresses this issue soon. Matchmaking would be much better if, as a solo player, I only got matched with other solos, no duos or trios. And they should stop putting the same roles on one team. You should be able to choose your role before the game starts. Here, Kadita kept chasing me, and we were just buying time against each other. She didn't want me to recall, so I couldn't defend, and I wouldn't let her go because she could easily burst my teammates. They don't know how to dodge. I thought it would end at this point, but it didn't.
Our base is under attack.
I went down here, but in exchange of 2 enemies. It could have been 3 if Zhask had chased Moskov. He was already low HP. My teammates in this game was terrible in decision-making. This was their chance to pay me back for carrying them, but instead, in a 4v2, they got wiped out. Their plays here were just awful.